Hi Year 10, hope you had a good half term and you managed to get a little bit of sunshine and a bit of relaxation time. Okay, now we're on our last one of our compound measures. So we've done density and we've done speed, so the last one we've got is pressure. You will have done hopefully this in science as well, so it'll just be hopefully a bit of a recap and just sort of making sure that we can answer the sort of math style pressure questions, a bit like the density ones that you did for me last week. Okay, so first of all you need to know the formula for pressure. So pressure is force over area. So force is measured in newtons, okay, area is measured in centimetre squares or metre squares, and pressure is therefore measured in newtons per centimetre squares or newtons per metre squared. Now, do you remember last lesson on density we talked about how to convert between metre cubed and centimetre cubed, and you had to multiply by 1,000,000? Okay, so metre squares into centimetre squares. Well, in a metre square is 100 by 100. So therefore, in 1 metre squared, it is 10,000 centimetre squares. So to go from metre squared to centimetre squared, you need to multiply by 10,000. And obviously to go from centimetre squares into metre squared, you need to divide by 10,000. Okay. When we talk about the area, we're talking about the area, the surface area of just the base. Okay. So please excuse pictures here. Okay, art is not my speciality. So imagine if we had shoes, and that's what I like to think of when talking about pressure. So imagine somebody is the same weight, so the same person, so the same force coming down, and they're wearing these shoes. So this shoe here, both of which very stylish shoes, this one here, because the surface area that is in contact with the floor is much greater than wearing the high heels, okay, this one will have much greater pressure. Okay, so the smaller the surface area, okay, the greater the pressure. So that's why those of you that have worn some high heels before, you'll realise the pure and utter misery and agony that they cause, because greater pressure, so that's why they hurt your feet more. Okay, right, so what we're going to have a look at is some GCSE questions to do with pressure. You've got these questions to have a look at as well, so you might have already printed them out in preparation, so you can go along with them at the same time. Right, so the first one I was going to do with you. So find the pressure from 240 newtons on an area of 30 centimetres squared. You've got to give your answer in newtons per metre squared. So first of all, we know that pressure is force over area. 30 centimetres squared, and I wanted it into metre squared, so I've got to divide by 10,000. So I know that 30 centimetres squared is 0.03 metre squared. So then I can put my answers in, so it's newtons per metre squared. Okay, don't try and convert it afterwards. Okay, so it would be 240 over 0.003, which is 80,000. Okay, so the answer here will be 80,000 newtons per metre squared. Okay. The next question I'd like to look at was on there was question 9. Okay, so question 9. A lead rod is placed on a table. So the rod is a cylinder with a diameter of 8 centimetres and a height of 20. The force exerted on the table is 111.72 newtons. So we've got to work out the pressure in newtons per metre square. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do, okay, is actually find the area of that base. So let's work it out in centimetre squares first. So the area of the base is pi times 4 squared, okay, which is 50.21 centimetre squared. Now we would like that into metres squared. Okay, so I need to divide that by 10,000. So that answer, so I divide that by 10,000, okay, which gives me 0.00521 metres squared. Okay, I know it's a lot of decimal places, but we need to keep it in like that at the moment. Okay, and then I would answer the question then simply by doing, well, pressure is force over area. I've got the correct area now in the correct units, so it would be 111.72 over 0.00521 to give me an answer of 22225.99. Okay, and that would be newtons per metre squared. Okay, so the secret is here to actually convert it into metre squares here first. Do not try and do the force over it in centimetres squared and then see if you can change your answer. It won't work as well. Okay, the next one. Number 10 I wanted to have a look at. So we know this one is, we've got to do a little bit of converting. Okay, £34 per square inch. Okay, so we're going back into imperial measures here, and we've got some things to help us. So we want to know it in grams per centimetre. So we need to put the £34 into kilograms. So 34, okay, I've got to times by that. Okay, which gives me, bear with me, so that gives me 15.4224 kilograms. Okay, now can you see that it wants it in grams, so I've got to put that into grams. So multiply that by 1,000. Okay, so I've got it in the right units now. The next bit, I want to put that into square centimetres. So I've got 1 inch. Okay, so I now know that that's going to be 2.54 square centimetres. So now 1 inch square. So let's think about this. Because it is square, so 1 inch, okay, is 2.54 times 2.54. So 1 inch square is 2.54 times 2.54. So 6.4516 centimetre squares. So an inch square is actually going to be 6.4516 centimetre squares. So the trap that people would have fallen into is just gone and thought, all right, okay, an inch times it by 2.54. Remember, when you're talking about areas or volumes, okay, it's going to be a lot more. Okay, you've got to always think about that diagram. Okay, so now I know that I've got this many grams divided by this one, so we now know that we need to do 15422.4 over 6.4516. So 15422.4. Okay, and that gives me an answer of 2390. Point to one decimal place, I'm going to give it 5. Okay, so it didn't actually ask me for how many decimal points, so that's fine with that one. Okay, so that's having a go at different types of question to do with pressure. Now you've got the rest of these to have a go at, and then you've got some to have a go at on Active Learn. So have a practice with these, then look through the answers about how they're done. Okay, keep everything. So I really would recommend, if you are able to print things, get a folder, probably a ring binder is probably going to be the best thing now, and try and keep things organised. Okay, so when you come back in year 11, hopefully, everything we've ticked off this topic, and then we can carry on with the other stuff that's probably more complicated to do at home. Okay, good luck everyone, and speak to you next lesson. Goodbye.